first word will be a word of appreciation, particularly for everyone who has made it, who have considered today so important to celebrate the life and the legacy of Barrister Segun. From the earlier speaker, one thing that is clear is that Barrister Segun was a socialist. And he was not just a socialist, he lived it, he demonstrated it. And not only that, he dedicated substantial part of his life for the struggle and efforts to ensure that the capitalist system is defeated in favor of enthronement of a socialist system, which is the only system that can end all of the mystery, condition of scandal that has characterized our life today. And when I talk of dedication, like has been repeatedly pointed out here today, he started as a student when he was not certain. I mean, the risk of him becoming a graduate, a law graduate, was at stake. We have many youth today who say, at Comrade, we have to graduate. When we graduate first, after graduation, we can begin to use our law profession to fight injustice. Sango's approach to struggle for socialism was not like that. He started as a student and he's risked his studentship, his life, to ensure that that happened, even after graduation. What he did with other comrades towards the formation of first labor militants, later democratic socialist movement, to me is a clear illustration of how dedicated Sango was. And Sango believed that only the workers and the poor, not only in Nigeria, but across the world, can play the role that is required in ensuring that a capitalist system is defeated. And for over 2 decades, Sango was busy campaigning for a need for working people to have political platform of their own. Because without that, they will not be educated and conscious of their role. That without such a party, they will lack organization required for capitalism to be defeated, and their mobilization will be hindered. Sango was conscious of a need for working people to have political platform, and he dedicated the earliest part of his political life for a campaign on the need for the working people to have their platform by calling on the trade unions organization that has constituted the leadership of labor movement to play that role. But when that continued to tarry, Sango did not give up. He began to trafficate. If he did not come through this means, can we employ other means? And that explains how we landed in NCP. We knew NCP was a reformist party, but it was a party that served as a pool of attraction to mass of the Nigerian working people at that time, given the political figure Ghanaian represented at that time. And it was on that basis SS made sure that he mobilized all of us to rally around Sango, around Ghanifa. NCP did not start as NCP, it was just national conscience. Sango was among the few who prevailed on SS, GMs, that we can't achieve anything with just national conscience, why can't we add party to it? And that was how that national conscience party was devised. And when it was to be launched in the thick of military junta, Sango was among the people, despite his disability, to be among the few people who were part of that historic launching. And that's how far Sango went. Even when we were leaving NCP, Sango still, coincidentally, that coincided with the period the Labour Party we have today, became Labour Party from PSP, Party for Social Democracy. And Sango felt that, well, given the role Labour played in years of attack launched by Obasanjo regime, that this party could serve as a rally point for the working masses, and we can help to transform the party. And he ensured that we went into the party campaigning for the need to open up a Labour Party, for the party for the working people. Even when we were denied, that effort was not successful. DSM comrades in Lagos, in Oyo, in Osun, where we have strength and influence, were disallowed, denying entrance into Labour Party consciousness. But we did not give up. And that was what led us to the formation of Socialist Party of Nigeria. Launched in 2013. Despite the fact that we met all of the conditions required for the party to be registered by INEC denied us. Sango did not give up. He provided leadership for the struggle, legal and political struggle that guaranteed the eventual registration of the party in 2018. Even at that, now the party has been deregistered. And I want to use this operation because the formation of SPN was not conceived as an end on its own. It was a demonstration of example to the labor leader for over years, begrudging their historical responsibility. That if we say you don't know what that kind of party, this is the kind of party we are saying it should be. We have demonstrated it. And I want to use this occasion to call on all of us who are lovers of Sango, lovers of his ideas and the legacy, to join us in a campaign to ensure that the party of the working people, that we always stand in defense of our interest, is midwife and ensure that the system of capitalism is defeated in favor of enthronement of a socialist system, which is the only system that guarantees a better future for us as Nigerian working people at large. Thank you.
Great Nigerian people. Good.
Segun Sango tẹ̀rí yẹn, ìró ló jẹ́ o, ìró ló jẹ́ o, SS tẹ̀rí yẹn.
To Oya and the children, comrades and friends, when our set in the Alliance of Progressive Students left Ife in 1981, some of us, particularly the late Professor Adeomi, wondered whether the movement will continue. But I assured them that with comrades like Segun Sango, the movement will certainly keep up the struggle. As expected, Segun and other leading cadres rebuilt the movement and took the struggle to a higher level. Even though he did not hold any position, Segun will avoid holding positions. In the student union, he provided effective leadership from the rear guard. Under his leadership, the arts collaborated with other radical student groups in the country to strengthen the patriotic youth movement of Nigeria. At the material time, cadres like Chris Mama, Ngozi Iwere, Lara Rokurede, and Comfort Idike Oguye ensure that the National Assembly of Nigerian Students protected the interests of students and the Nigerian youth, unlike the NANS of these days, which has become an extension of the presidential villa in Abuja. Segun's selfless leadership of the Democratic Socialist movement and the Socialist Party of Nigeria confirmed his unalloyed belief in the socialist reconstruction of the Nigerian society. He dedicated every day of his life to the struggle for the liberalization of the oppressed people of Nigeria. As a lawyer, Segun understood the limit of bourgeois legal practice. He always reminded me that the struggle for a just rule of law, not just rule of law, a just rule of law, and a just socio-economic order has to be waged outside the courtroom. Segun was in the forefront of the struggle for the defense of students, progressive students, who were rusticated or expelled by authoritarian campus authorities in Nigeria. He was also involved in defending workers who were victimized in the public and private sector. However, Segun was very critical of some labor aristocrats who betrayed the working class and other oppressed people in the society. In Yoruba mythology, whenever the powerful Oba Sango was angry, fire and thunder came out of his mouth. In like manner, whenever Segun spoke about the Nigerian Revolution, he usually sparked fire. Hence, our comrades gave him the sobriquet, Sango. He was highly principled and totally committed to the struggle for the socialist reconstruction of our country. In Segun's death, the left has lost one of his finest comrades. Instead of mourning Segun Sango, instead of mourning his transition to eternity, all his comrades should resolve to be fully committed to the task of mobilizing the Nigerian working class and allies to intensify the struggle to take back our country from imperialism and its local acquis. And that should be what I will call Segun Sango Declaration today. For us to work together to intensify the struggle to take our country back from political criminals who are now distributing dollars, in the country. I once offended Segun Sango and another comrade. Years later, I had cause to apologize. And Segun said, Baba Femo, Nisalaija, ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá jà bí pé ká kúkọ́. Wọ́n ní bí náà bá kú, afẹ́rúgbòjò. Ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ bá kú afọmọ ẹ̀rọ pò. Ẹ̀rọ pò bàbá yín o. Ẹ ju bàbá yín lọ. Madam, Ọlọ́run tó ń ṣọkọ fún opó aṣọkọ fún yín o. Aṣẹ bàbá fún àwọn ọmọ yín. The greatest tribute that can be paid to your husband, madam, and your father, the children, is that you have a gathering of the best Nigerians here today. We are not here to celebrate Segun's wealth or material possession. We are here to celebrate his integrity. We are here to celebrate his honor. We are here to celebrate his principle. And you can be proud of such a man. Even today, madam, the heavens bless the transition of your husband. As Shakespeare said, when beggars die, there are no comments seen, but the heavens themselves bless forth the death of princes, and that is what you have seen here today. Comrades, the greatest lesson we can learn from Segun Sango is for all of us to rededicate ourselves to the struggle to free this country from internal oppression and foreign domination. Thank you very much.
When I remember Sango, I remember the struggle. Aye, aye, but I run away me. When I remember Sango, I remember the struggle. Aye, aye, but I run away me. What I run away me, ayo. What I run away me, ayo. In Africa,